No, we don't have a lot of battery left, but we got a little bit, so we'll work a little bit on some stuff. Kind of see how it goes, try to keep track of what it's doing. It's a little safety thing. I like to tuck my McCarty down so that if I do come off and I'm on the ground, the pull is up, rather than if it's going the opposite way when I go up from the bottom, then it wants to bind a little bit. You don't want to mount a horse that's moving around much. If I have to get on from the shoulder, I will. It's a little harder. It's a little guy. Or I can always get on from the fence. Again, same. When I reach for him, I don't want him kind of walking off. If he started back, then we might start walking off. We just want him to soften. Good. A little pull back, so we'll kind of got a little hump in his back. So we're going to work on moving these hindquarters. I want him back a little more. He's kind of pushing through my hand there. There we go. Good. Hindquarters, left leg back. There's the hind. Waiting on the front. There's the trot. Again, we're always working on that slightest change and the smallest trot. We don't want him taking over there. Good. He's not coming off my right leg, so if I have to take it to the hindquarters to get him off my right leg, I will. I don't want him taking over right there. Put him in a little bit of a bind. He wants to bring his front through. I want him to move his hind over there like that. Again, he's got a bit of a hump in him. We didn't do a lot of groundwork. We did some hindquarters. He got stuck. See, I don't want him to get in a pattern of just doing a step. If my leg's still going, I still want him yielding there. As I step him under, that's if he gets bothered, which he has before. That's my get out of trouble thing too, getting those hindquarters to step under. If I can get him to yield these hindquarters, then I can get out of trouble. And that's easy when it's nice and quiet here. But when he gets scared, it's a whole different deal. Still have him. So for sure don't want him taking over on his knees. There he rolled that jaw in a little bit. There he rolled that jaw and he can step over behind. Good. Again, we work some on the serpentine, same as the other horse, but I want him softening. If he's not softening, I might just go back to rolling these hindquarters so he can come off my hand here and not lean on it. I want him to roll that jaw in. There, like that. Nose doesn't have to be down and in right now, but he does have to tuck that jaw in as he goes and not kind of be pulling back, trying to pull my hand out of the way there. Right there, roll the hind in. There. Good. That felt a little better when he left there. Not quite so humpy. Doesn't mean it might not change. We'll roll the hind 2 or 3 steps. 1, 2, keep going. Want you off my leg there. Don't quit. Keep going. There. Good. Land on bringing the front, but if they're getting stuck, I don't want to stick him more by kind of going to that stop when he starts stepping through. When I draw that rein, I want that jaw to soften. Liven up as I come out of that. When I reach here, I want that jaw to soften. again, any one of these basics when they're having trouble. There, that was a little better. That's better. Good. You can stay on it till it gets good. And then when it gets good, you don't have to keep picking on it. Just get a little change and roll on, do something different. There he's leaning on this rein. You need to step off here. So I'll roll the hindquarters again. Off that leg. There. And then come on forward. Roll off that leg. If I have to, I got my crop here. Will help him from behind a little bit. Drive forward and through. Drive. There, that was better. And that motor is in the back there, so I want to get some control of it where I can use it like a clutch. Drift it a little bit. When I reach for this rein, I'd like his rib cage there to start stepping over. Now not lean on my rein and roll your hindquarters. Roll your hindquarters. There. Good. And then walk on. Seems a little stickier on this side. Take it over there. I thought about bringing the front, and he's like, "Oh, front." It's nice that he can kind of read my mind there, but I need to make the commitment through, and so I got to be clear on when I'm making the commitment. My hand's not over there. He shouldn't go, but once my hand comes over here, now he should roll that front. Out and back. Out forward. Out and back, just to try. I'm not going to be too picky on it. And I really want to work these hindquarters. I want him off my hand there. I don't want to feel his nose there. There you go. I want him just leaning on me. And again, it's not that he won't get soft straight. We can use two reins and he'll come in there a little bit. But it won't be for long if he's not coming off one rein or the other. When I roll his jaw in here, if I can't roll it right and left, I'm not far off from losing the vertical flexion too. Step over. Step over rather than doing that. Step off of it. There you go. Good. There. Step off of it. Step off that leg. I want to have to use the prop. Stay off my hand. There you go. So we felt him. I'm glad we did this because last ride we felt him leaning on my hand a little bit. Ah, there we go. Whoop. Keep going. Off my leg. Good. Now just a stop. Not the front, see? Just a stop. I want to make sure he gets that stop in there. Then I'll bring the front. But I want him to come off my hand there. There we go. I don't want to have to feel the corner of that mouth. I'm not trying to drag him somewhere. But I can keep him kind of moving and encourage him to reach a little more that way so that he reaches just a hair more. So he winds up being, quote, off my hand where I can't feel his nose. I just feel the rein. And there's times where maybe I just feel his mouth a little less. But at least it's less. Again, we're working on smallest change, slightest try. As I draw here, see him step into that rein rather than step off of that rein. There we go. Good. Now we'll just come into that stop. Good. Now we're not going to bring the front this time. But see, he's like, oh, that's where we can bring the front. That's great as he steps in, that he's thinking that way, but we want him, again, even if it's a fun thing or a good thing, we don't want him taking over. We want him waiting on us. And these basic little things where he learns to wait, good. He gets soft there. Will pay dividends down the road when we're doing things. Soft and wait, good. There, see, that time he didn't step over the front. So we're not going to work a lot on the front. I'm going to stop the video there and ride a little more because he's already wanting to bring the front through enough. I do want him to back up and be light on his feet there. Good. When I ask, again, when we start something and there's a brace, we want to see it through to where they're progressing. If it took quite a bit, we'll stay on that subject till there's some more understanding coming in where we can do less. We offer less, and then if that doesn't work, we might help to get to their feet. When those feet come off the ground, we encourage it. But then we try less again till he understands less. So again, I thank you guys for watching. I'm going to save a little bit of my phone, maybe for a phone call in case an emergency happens, but thank y'all. Enjoy the journey. Happy trails. Later, Mando.